things I saw him do to world-class competitors. He could do it at any given moment in any aspect, whether it was striking, grappling, wrestling. He had world-class guys from each genre. And it was like he was just playing with his food. And then when the coach was like, dude, let's get going, he's like, okay. And then would just dog walk these dudes. People that if you're in the game, you know, and you're like, what the I was like, holy, like I knew his wrestling was good, but dude.
The anticipation is building as Khamzat Chimaev prepares to face DricusDuPlessis for the middleweight title at UFC 319. Chimaev has been looking sharp in training, but DuPlessis is ready to defend his belt against one of the division's most dangerous fighters. While DuPlessis acknowledges that Chimaev is a serious threat, he doesn't see him as unstoppable. He believes the top 5 of the division is filled with killers and views Chimaev as just another elite contender. Giving Chimaev credit for his win over Robert Whittaker, DuPlessis sees this matchup as one of the most exciting challenges of his career.
An incredible fighter, but you're fighting in the top 5 of the UFC. Everybody's incredible fighters. He has this one thing that works for him, and it's been good. But Khamzat is an absolute animal, absolutely. But I mean, you look at the Gilbert Burns fight, which you could have scored either way. You look at the Kamaru Usman fight, and you go, yeah, he did beat Robert Whittaker. Obviously, his teeth broke back. It's unfortunate. He is really good. So, deserving of a title shot 100% after that performance. If you look at the Strickland's last performance versus Paulo Costa, and then you look at Khamzat's last performance versus Robert Whittaker, that's a no-brainer that Khamzat gets the title fight. And I had my own selfish reasons. I was more excited to fight him.
On the other hand, Khamzat Chimaev has officially entered his final training camp for the mega fight at UFC 319. Fully focused on giving everything he has to capture his first UFC championship belt.
Feeling great. We're in LA doing training camp now, last camp for the fight. So coming for Chicago, kill everybody. See you guys there.
This is one of the most highly anticipated fights of the year, and MMA pros are eager to see it unfold. Former UFC champion Kamaru Usman highlighted how unpredictable the fight game can be, reminding fans not to underestimate what it takes to win at the highest level. For Usman, Chimaev versus DuPlessis isn't about hype or opinions. It's about 2 proven fighters stepping into the cage with everything at stake.
And just lastly, who do you see taking the belt at 185?
At 185? Listen, I told you guys, don't sleep on Khamzat. When he was fighting Robert Whittaker, everyone said, oh yeah, Whittaker's going to get him. Hey, don't sleep on him. Khamzat's extremely talented, extremely strong. He can shock anyone. But DricusDuPlessis, you can't sleep on him as well. He's the champion for a reason, taking out 3 champions back to back to back. So, hey, respect to all those guys. I respect every one of these fighters. I know people at home were spectators and were fans, and they like to just kind of talk. Oh, he had a bad performance. He had a boring one. But hey, you have to respect each and every one of these guys that's willing to get in here, in little bitty gloves and damn near underwear and bare their soul in here. So you have to respect that.
Kamaru Usman sees this matchup as a rare clash between 2 fighters in their prime, both willing to push themselves to the limit to secure victory. He expects a relentless, high-paced battle with neither man backing down, the kind of fight that could leave a lasting impact on the division.
Chimaev, an incredible fighter, very, very, very tough fighter. Has been hit with a few tests, obviously, myself, obviously Burns. So, and he's passed. So, I'm excited to see how that fight goes with himself and DricusDuPlessis. I think that's a phenomenal fight. Both guys tough, extremely tough. So that's one of the fights I'm looking forward to the most.
Meanwhile, ArmanTsarukyan, who has trained closely with Khamzat Chimaev, sees his rise as a wave of unstoppable momentum. He spoke about the intense energy in Chimaev's camp and the laser focus that comes when a title is within reach. For Tsarukyan, it's not just about training together. It's about supporting someone who's ready to seize the spotlight and make history.
Everybody, I'm ArmanTsarukyan. We have a training camp with Khamzat Chimaev. He's getting ready for his title fight. He looks sharp, so excited for him and to see him UFC champion. So far, his camp going well. He's healthy. He has a lot of energy, and I'm just here to help him whatever they need. If they need the wrestling, I'll wrestle. If they need the striking, I'll strike. So I'm here to help, and I want him to be a UFC.
ArmanTsarukyan further reflected on the intensity of training with Khamzat Chimaev, explaining that the relentless pace pushes everyone to raise their game. For him, Being able to match that kind of energy in the gym is proof that he's prepared to face the best grapplers in the world.
Is it training with Khamzat? I mean, obviously there's so many stories about what that guy's capable of in the gym going back for about 10 years. What is it like for you to get in there and roll with him?
I mean, Khamzat, he's a tough guy, and he doesn't care if you're lighter than him, more than 25 pounds. He just go hard with everybody, and it's good for me. You know, I get a lot of like experience, and I feel like if I can wrestle with him, I can wrestle with anybody. You know.
I would think so, man. And he's probably weighing what when he comes in? You said 25 pounds. Is that about how much he weighs more than you when you guys go?
He's like 205, something like that.
The current lightweight champion, Ilia Topuria, also praised Khamzat Chimaev's mindset, highlighting his refusal to play it safe inside the cage. He admired Chimaev's aggressive style and constant drive to secure a finish, saying that this kind of hunger is what truly sets him apart from the rest.
Someone else who calls the shots and gets them done. When you think of where mixed martial...
That's why he's the man. He's a savage. He calls his shots. He finishes his opponents. When he goes inside the octagon, you know that guy goes for the finish. He's not looking for the decision. That's why I respect Khamzat. He's a...
Ilia Topuria sees the matchup between Khamzat Chimaev and DricusDuPlessis as a high-stakes battle between two fighters he deeply respects. With personal connections to both, he chose not to pick a side and instead expressed his excitement for what he hopes will be one of the year's most thrilling showdowns.
Ilia Topuria on Khamzat Chimaev versus DricusDuPlessis fight. Ilia Topuria gave his opinion on the potential title fight between Khamzat Chimaev and DricusDuPlessis. Topuria wished Chimaev and Duplessis good luck as he is friends with both of them.
He's the man. He's a savage. He calls his shots. He finishes his opponents. When he goes inside the octagon, you know that guy goes for the finish. He's not looking for the decision. That's why I respect Khamzat. He's a beast. So he deserves to fight for the title as soon as possible. We're gonna have an amazing fight because I love DricusDuPlessis. He's a great human being. I have a great relationship with him. I have a great relationship with Khamzat also. But as a fan of mixed martial arts, it's gonna be a very exciting fight. I hope the best man wins, and I wish best of the luck to both.
UFC legend Chael Sonnen also sees this fight as a true reality check for the hype surrounding Khamzat Chimaev. He believes Chimaev's best chance at victory will be to establish control on the ground early. But if that doesn't work, the fight could become a test of which fighter has developed more as a complete, well-rounded competitor.
How does Chimaev beat Dricus? Is a different verbiage for saying, I don't think Chimaev can beat Dricus, and I'm only sharing with you. That's new! You guys have always believed that Chimaev could beat Dricus. You've always believed that Chimaev could beat everybody. You believed as recently as Chimaev's last fight that nobody could touch him. And you're a very fickle group. And can he beat him? That's between those two. How does he beat him? He starts with plan A, which is to take him down and maul him. And if that doesn't work, which in the past it hasn't, he attempts to bludgeon him on his feet more than he gets bludgeoned. That's the answer to the question. That's how Chimaev would beat Dricus.
On the other hand, Michael Bisping disagreed with the idea that DricusDuPlessis was ever overlooked. He pointed out that Duplessis has consistently shown the finishing ability and toughness that make a fighter stand out. At the same time, he acknowledged Khamzat Chimaev's dominance, calling his rise one of the most powerful and impressive in recent memory.
I'm a big fan of Duplessis. It's crazy because when we did the UFC 317 weigh-in show, we had to pick most underrated fighters. And some of the other panel, I think a couple of them had DricusDuPlessis as underrated, you know, and I was like, I don't know if he's underrated, man. I think he's the real deal. He's a big, strong guy. He's knocking people out. He's wrestling them. He's submitting them. But if you look at Khamzat, right, we know he just goes through everyone like a hot knife through.
Eric Anders also sees DricusDuPlessis as a momentum-driven fighter who's thriving on big wins and staying active. He believes Khamzat Chimaev's time away from the cage could play a role, especially against someone as unorthodox and confident. As do Plessis and Anders' view, maintaining that unpredictability might be the key to disrupting Chimaev's rhythm.
Seems to be the puzzle that can't nobody solve yet, you know? Chimaev always has these long layoffs, and I can't remember the last person he fought, you know?
Whitaker, he finished Whitaker in the first round, remember that?
Oh, that's right, he did. You know, but, you know, Dricus has, you know, clearly been more active, and, you know, did him and Whitaker fight?
Yeah, and Dricus also finished Whitaker, but it was a second round finish. It was a TKO.
Yeah. And then Adesanya. So I think, you know, obviously the resume and work goes to DuPlessis. So I think that he'll be able to get out there, be awkward, and weather that storm, and, you know, find a way to win. 5 rounds is a long time for Chimaev.
Curtis Blades also pointed to Khamzat Chimaev's versatility as the biggest factor in this fight. He highlighted how effortlessly Chimaev mixes his striking with his wrestling, noting that this kind of balance is rare and difficult to prepare for. In Blades' opinion, that unpredictability gives Chimaev a clear edge in the matchup.
I don't know if this is a hot take. I'm going to go with Khamzat. I think he's showed in that Burns fight. He ain't just a wrestler. He can stand in the fire and delivers some heavy hands. And I think you blend that with the wrestling, just like Oliveira, he can do a little bit of open. I think that opens up either the wrestling or the striking. I think he's able to beat Dricus.
Former champion Robert Whitaker views the Chimaev versus DricusDuPlessis fight as a true pressure cooker matchup where mental toughness will matter more than the hype. He believes it won't just come down to skill, but to which fighter can stay composed in the chaos and rise when the momentum shifts. In his eyes, this is exactly the kind of fight that separates contenders from champions.